1-0, baby! How's it going, everyone? My name is Colin Winters. I'm the host of the Panthers Den, and welcome to Week 1 Recap. So, after each game and each week of the NFL season, I'm going to do a recap after the pregame so we can talk about what happened in the game, what we should look forward to, what are the holes, and pretty much just give an idea of what happened. So, of course, this is Week 1, Jets at the Panthers, and we won 14-19 against the New York Jets. So, this game had a few holes that we want to fill, but overall, I think this is an amazing game. People are going to complain about it all day and night because of the fact that we had a less than decent red zone percentage, and there were a few throws that Sam missed that could have been touchdowns. But overall, from the first game in a new system with a young team that needs to still get congealed and work together better, this was pretty much the best I could see. So, the first thing I'm going to do is just go down the stat line of our entire team and just have some fun. I have the stats pulled up right here, and all we're going to do is just go down by down. Also, sorry about the camera. I'm using a weird one that autofocuses by itself. I can't control it. It's just being a bitch. So, oh well. The main thing is the stats, so you can just listen. How we're going to start off is our quarterback, dual quarterback Sam Darnold, and his Panthers regular season debut. Number 14, wearing that beautiful white jersey. He went for 35 attempts and 24 completions, 279 yards, and 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. And that's what I really want to focus on, the big fat goose egg in interceptions. He made pretty good decision making. He made some throws that were just over guys' heads. There was one throw with Terrace Marshall in the end zone that was just right over him. Could have been a touchdown, but oh well. The decision making on the other, for the most part, was pretty good and something that we don't really have to worry about because of the fact that he just made good decisions. He felt comfortable in the pocket when it wasn't collapsing around him, of course, but even when it was, he had steadier feet than he ever did in New York, not getting all happy feet and shit. So we saw pretty good gameplay from Sam Darnold. When it came to the rushing, of course, we saw the return of Run CMC, C-Mac, that badass white boy. Who cares what you call him? No matter what, he is just a certified badass. So, with Christian McCaffrey, he went for 21 carries, 98 yards, 4.7 average, 0 TDs, but still, the fact that he was more yards than the entirety of the Jets offense at halftime, yeah, that's pretty badass. He got more carries than I would like to see him get. He's just coming off a year of injury, so I was hoping we would kind of just rein him in a little bit and give him some space to breathe, but he didn't seem to mind. He seemed to just say, "Oh, you're giving me the ball? Yeah, sure." Right behind him when it came to rushing stats was DJ Moore, who only rushed one time, but that was for 14 yards and what ended up being a pretty good first down. And of course, after that, we had Sam Darnold, who also rushed, but he rushed for 5 times with -1 yards. But the thing is, he also had 1 rushing touchdown. So Sam Darnold had 2 touchdowns in his Panthers debut, 1 from his arm and 1 from his legs. In the receiving game, Sam Darnold decided to spread that ball around pretty nicely. But of course, his favorite target for this game was Christian McCaffrey, who got 9 receptions and 89 yards for a 9.9 average. His second favorite target being DJ Moore in this game for 6 receptions and 80 yards. He only had connected with Robbie Anderson one time, but that one time was for that 1 touchdown he threw. It was a one catch for 57 yards all the way to the end zone. It was perfect. He just split the 2 safeties right in half and just waltzed right in. It was an amazing throw and amazing catch. Right beneath him was Terrace Marshall Jr., who had he was covered for most of the time during his debut. He was covered really well by a fellow rookie. But he went for 3 for 26, 8.7 average, not bad. Ian Thomas had 1 for 17. Dan Arnold had 2 for 6. And then Chuba Hubbard had 2 for 4. So that is what we have in the receiving game. Now I want to shine light on our defense. While the final score may look like the game was close, in reality, we just lost some of our steam in the second half. In the first half, we absolutely dominated on defense, shutting them out completely during the second half. It was just awesome to watch. My main concern for the defense was just, are they going to be a cohesive unit in the start because they're all so young? And that answer was yes. We were moving all across the field, cutting off corners, and only let up a few big plays, which were the 2 touchdowns that they ended up scoring. When it came down to it, our leader on the defense this game was Shaq Thompson. Funny enough, they still have him listed as 54 on this website, even though an hour beforehand, he actually announced that we were switching his number to number 7, along with Jermaine Carter, who switched his number to number 4. A little bit of a trickeroony there going on before the game. He went for 5 tackles, 4 assisted, 1 sack, and 1 interception. That is actually Shaq Thompson's only his 2nd career interception the entirety of time he's been on this team. Dante Jackson, who got a little bit shaken up on one play, had 4 tackles and 2 assisted. Jeremy Chin right behind them with only 4 tackles. Hassan Reddick, 4 tackles, 1 assisted, and 1.5 sacks. Derek Brown having 2 for 2 and then 1. JC Horn having 2 for 1. Yetur Gross Matos having 2. Jermaine Carter, now number 4, from going from 56 to number 4, having 1 tackle and 4 assisted. Justin Burris going for 1 for 2. Miles Hartsfield, who actually did go off the field with injury, he was declared out for the game after going out with a wrist injury, so we'll see what happened there. But he had 1 tackle and 2 assisted. Brian Burns only had 1 tackle and 1 assisted tackle, but also an amazing sack where he just blew right past everyone on that offensive line and blew Zach Wilson the fuck up. Marquise Haynes, he had one tackle, and then Sean Chandler had 1, Morgan Fox 1, Frankie Louva 1, Daquan Jones 2 assisted, Davion Nixon 1 assisted, and Bravion Roy 1 assisted. When it came to kick returns, we had Chuba Hubbard going for 1 for 21, Tommy Trumbull also going for 1 for 21. For punt returns, we had Alex Erickson, who was someone we activated off the practice squad to take punts after the announcement that Shi Smith would not be playing in the Week 1 debut. It would be 3 returns for 31 yards, and DJ Moore also returned 1 punt after we tried to take a opportune moment to see if we could spring him alive. After we took out the opposing team's punter, he got injured after one of our guys got held and then shoved into him. So we didn't try to injure him; it just happened, and I hope he's okay. But when they had to put their kicker out there to punt, we tried to take advantage of it. But Matt Amendola actually did a pretty good job punting. So when it came to kicking, our newly acquired kicker, Ryan Santoso, he missed 1 extra point, but when it came to field goals, he was money, kicking them both attempts through, getting those points that we needed. And when it came to punting, we had to punt a good few times. So Joseph Charlton, 227 yards on punts, 37.8 average, and 2 punts inside the 20. Not bad, not great. I'm going to say, all around, pretty decent game from all parties involved, special teams, defense, and offense. Now I'm going to go into this team stats as a total. Of course, being total yards being 381 compared to the Jets' 247, passing yards being 270 opposed to the Jets' 202, rushing yards being 111 opposed to the Jets' 45. We absolutely decimated their rushing game. And yards per play being 6 opposed to the Jets' 4.1. After first downs, we had 2 more first downs with 18 first downs to their 16. Third down efficiency wasn't as good, but that's only because they only had 1 less third down than us, but we still only completed, both teams only completed 4. When it came to fourth down efficiency, we did not complete our 1 fourth down play because it ended up being a botched handoff because Sam didn't account for the fullback running in and bopped it out of his hands, and we ended up losing that ball. So Sam did lose a fumble, but I was just going to mark that up down to a miscommunication on the team front. When it came to total plays, we had 3 more total plays than they did with 60. We only allowed 1 sack, which was incredibly surprising to me and incredibly pleasing to see because my main worry throughout the entirety of this game was how the offensive line was going to work. And frankly, it was the biggest hole in that game because I feel like we could have had more points if Sam had more time to throw, but that just didn't happen. We'll hopefully see them become more of a cohesive unit as the games go on. They punted 7 times to our 6 times, and penalty yards, they beat us with only 30 penalty yards to our 38. We lost 1 fumble, they lost none, but they threw 1 interception, we threw none, and our time of possession was 31-20 to their 28-40. Now, for me, the main takeaway of this game is that this is a very young team that has holes to fix, but the holes are all things that can be fixed with time playing together, which is incredibly great for us and our chances of sneaking into the playoffs as an unseen wildcard team. Many people overlook the Panthers just because of the fact that we've been so bad for so long after not winning, but losing a Super Bowl and being 15-1. The Panthers have never found that consistency and that consistent quarterback play after that 2015 season. It's not exactly Cam's fault either because the refs allowed him to get murdered the season after he won MVP because, yeah, he's big enough, he can handle it. Yeah, no, that's not how CTE works. But either way, now we finally have a team that's starting to get some traction, and after this absolutely dominant defensive first half, we were getting some praise saying that we could be a top 10 defense if we don't lose the steam in the second half, because that's all that happened. The only reason that the Jets were allowed to put up 14 points is that we lost some steam in the second half, and we allowed some bigger plays to happen. But if we solidify that, get some more stamina under our wings, get some more air on our chest, maybe next time we can absolutely shut out a team like the Jets. Overall, I would say this is a great win for the Panthers. Yes, closer than some people would like, but people aren't really going to be looking at what this really means and what this would look at going forward. For me, what I see going forward is a young team that is just going to keep getting better and better as they play together, get more comfortable with each other, see more of what they're going to do in real game action, and hopefully we can see less work from Christian McCaffrey and more giving the ball to other players in the team. Either way, I'm Colin Winters. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.